So there was several groups of kids running drills, different kinds of drills, whether they're catching, tackling, whatever, conditioning. And one of the groups got rotated to go to Marshawn Lynch's group. And his group wasn't finished with what they were doing. And so they sent the kids back to where they came from. They did some more random, conditioning drills. And then they proceeded to send the kids back to that group because that next group would have been their group with Marshawn, the most famed group, to get to. And because they were standing around, I don't know what happened before my son got to that group to get him to act this way. I'm sure there was something preceding it, but he told the kids, he just walked up and randomly tapped my son on the shoulder and told him to run around the track. When you get in trouble in football, most of the time you're told to run. So he sent him to run. But before he sent him to run, he didn't realize that he was speaking directly to Matthias, telling him to get out of the drill. Well, his words were, "Get the fuck out of my drill." Then, on top of that, I guess one of the kids didn't realize that he was talking to that kid as well. And he proceeded to tell that kid again, the next kid, to get the fuck out of the drill, and acted like he was going to bean him with the ball. Obviously he didn't, but acting like, so the kid would kind of move faster to get out of his drill. And so then the kids ran around the track. And when the track got to me, my son ran up into the bleachers and told my friend rather, what was going on. And so at that point, I kind of stewed on it for a second. But that's about what happened pretty much.
Your friend was telling me you went onto the field to confront Marshawn, yes?
Yes, I took off the shirt. And, because it's a youth event, I spend time, volunteering every year, hours and hours and hours with our local youth football league, taking pictures. I'm one of their videographers. And to see I just couldn't believe it. I was really I was dumbstruck. And so I took the shirt and I marched my hind end down on the field. And the lady that checked me in had mentioned that she was either a friend or a cousin or something. And so I went up to her and I tapped her on the side and told her, "Hey, this is what he did. He just cussed at my kid, telling him to get the fuck out of the drill." And I told him, "You can have this shirt," in so many colorful, eccentric words, and threw it on the field in his direction. And then I marched my butt off the field. And then, yeah, he chased me.
And that's what the video picks up.
Yes.
Okay, so I had a question obviously about the video. I mean, for him to say, "Where is a man? Is there a man with you?" What
Yes.
is your interpretation of his question when he asked you that?
What? Repeat that last part. I'm sorry.
What is your interpretation of that question when he's asking you that?
He's asking me to be sexist. Like, basically, only a man will make sense of that. Only a man would understand him telling a kid to get the fuck out of a drill. Yeah, he preferred, like she said, to talk to a man, apparently.
Right. So when you obviously tell him there is no man, I mean, you see it in his face. What is his response to that?
Because he could tell that I was kind of fired up on the field, but when he approached me, I was really calm and I was willing to hear, maybe an apology. "Hey, I'm so sorry." In a roundabout way, he kind of said, "Well, when a kid does this, I'm going to tell him to get the fuck out of my drill." Like, I just couldn't believe that, and number one, I know my kid is a hard worker. So I know that my kid didn't fall under whatever problem he had preceding my kid getting to that group, you know. But yeah, I couldn't believe that it was very sexist. And it was like, what, you can't conversate with a mom? I mean, I don't.
What's the next steps from here? Did you call the camp supervisors and say, "Hey, you can file a complaint," or you been letting it go, or has Marshawn reached out to you? I mean, explain to me what's happened since this incident.
Well, nothing. I just thought, I just kind of sat on it a second. I didn't quite want to do anything much about it, but to show my kid that, look, hey, people can be dicks. I mean, obviously you have to choose to be a leader. If you feel like something is going wrong, then I'm proud of you for stepping off the field.
And would you be open to a meeting with Marshawn or anything like that? Would you be open to sitting down with him and explaining what's happening, or do you want an apology from Marshawn? I mean, what would you like to see from Marshawn?
I would like to see him treat kids better.
Gotcha.
That's it.
Yeah, is there anything else you need to add? Anything else you want to say about the whole incident? Anything else that you want to get involved?
No, not really. I mean, the video speaks for itself. I mean, like, you can't even have like a conversation with him without him like legit getting really mad. And it's like, if he's going to be that way around children, maybe he shouldn't be around children. Bottom line. I mean, he's a public figure. To treat kids like that is ridiculous.